Well, you may not be aware of it, but there are actually two CNNs. If you're in the U.S., it's the original CNN you're viewing, while folks outside of the U.S. get CNN International, produced for an international audience. But whether you're here or there, you still get Newsroom because we're on both networks. Now, CNN International recently got a new state-of-the-art facility, and we thought we'd give you an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour.
It shows a world in which the nature of catastrophe hit the hour's top stories. Diplomats from around the world. A hotel manager in the U.S. city of Boston has apologized. It's time now for a look at the day's business news. A breakthrough for the U.S. Smugglers continue to ignore the UN trade embargo.
This is World News with Sonia Ruseler from the CNN Center.
Hello and welcome on this. I think the thing about anchors, everybody always thinks, well, what do you do? And first, when they realize that, oh my gosh, you're actually reading words off the camera, then they think, oh, anybody could do it, kind of thing. But actually, what we do is, I think, at least to say it, even if other people write it, you do have to at least understand the news. So, apart from all the obvious things, which is you're watching TV news, you're reading newspapers, you're finding out, we also have all the wire agencies to tell us what's happening. So it's about I try and learn information as much as I can in my head. Could you explain to us what happens in this ritual, why it is so significant?
First of all,
you always sit down here and think, well, this is going to be the program when it all falls apart, which happened 2 days ago. It all fell apart, and so I just went on saying, let's just remind ourselves of the main stories of the day. For what seemed like an eternity, I think it was only a minute.
It means I have to push all these buttons myself, plus look at the script at the same time and follow along with the show, to combine all the elements, the tapes and the anchors and everything.
I'm a coordinating producer here, and I sit right here at this desk where Owen is seated right now. And our job is to watch all the commercials that roll across the air on 3 continents. The gentleman that sits in the front is our technical director, that's Frank. And Frank actually presses all the buttons that roll all the commercials and keep us on the air constantly. And should there be a mistake live during a news show, Frank can press in a PSA.
You can help through Neighbor in Need, the largest private humanitarian campaign in Europe.
Or a commercial, or we can fill up some time with sports or weather, so we never go to black. And we try never to go to black. Not a good idea.
All our viewers speak English, obviously, but a lot of them are not native English speakers. So a lot of the things we take for granted, cliches and references to baseball.
The hit and run was on at Fenway, and so was the D. The Marlins found out warning track power just isn't enough in Houston. In New York, the big cat pounces.
We're not allowed to use. So it makes our writing more straightforward, but it also makes it a lot harder to craft. We try to be conversational in the sense that it sounds like someone talking, but not like someone joking. Certainly in local television news in the United States, they have a sort of a happy talk.
This is bubble gum for non-smokers.
I'm happy for him. I thank you very much for the bread. All right.
Not
no.
like
It's 2 no's in a row.
No.
We don't do that because our viewers don't just turn us on hoping that maybe cartoons will come on and the news comes on instead. I mean, they want to see news.
In Mexico, a compromise plan has been put forth in the battle over the world's whales. Environmental groups say a new
Broadcasting.
Broadcast journalism?
Right.
What did you major in?
Broadcast journalism.
TV film production.
Okay.
Edit the news.
Direct and produce live sporting events. I guess in school, we were the top dogs. And here, we're the bottom dogs. There's nothing concrete maybe that you learn, but you see others in action and you see how they deal with situations and produce shows and do bumps and do this and that and the other thing, and you learn through absorption.
The program that we had back at school, only, people who got up at 7:30 in the morning would see that program, whereas with this program, this is more important as far as, I don't know what to say. I didn't do news in school at all. I was in production, so it's nice to be in the studio when the breaking news comes in. That's fun.
I understand.
First in Hanoi, a stray bomb